Singapore Slingers take their second shot at the reigning defending champions of the ABL, Hong Kong Eastern basketball team, as they head to the Southern Stadium. We begin in the first period with the Slingers off to a great start behind the exploits of the high-flying world import Xavier Alexander. But Hong Kong Eastern, always a gifted passing squad. This time they find the big guy, Ryan Moss. Age is nothing but a number as he powers his way inside. But the Slingers would quickly counter as he would move the ball around, and Xavier Alexander once again finding no one stopping him to the hoop. Hong Kong Eastern finds Ryan Moss for the deuce, as Eastern only down by 2 against the Slingers. But Singapore would find success from the perimeter courtesy of that Nang Han Bin triple. And once again, a beautiful find from Wright as he finds his teammate Alexander for the wide open deuce inside. And in the final play of the first quarter, it would be the reigning world import MVP, Xavier Alexander. But it would still be a lead for Singapore after one period. And they would pile it on in the second as AJ Mandani finding the range from the perimeter. Singapore would lead by as many as 11 points. And that Russell Lowe shot in the paint would only make things worse for the defending champions. Lowe would try to find his way inside, but he was rejected by Tang, who just kept his strength in the paint and sent back the youngster from Singapore. 4 minutes to go in the second period. And finally, Lee Kee, this week's player of the week, would knock it down from the perimeter. Hong Kong still staying within striking distance. They would mount a run as another triple from Hong Kong courtesy of Lau Ti Lai. The lead is down to 3. Elliott probing, finding a way inside, carving out space, flipping it up and in. And it would only be down by 1 point for the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. But Alexander says, I want the last say. Look at the grace with which the X-Man slides inside the hoop. But Christian Standhardinger would get the last laugh for Hong Kong Eastern as he gets the nice pass from Elliott for 2, but Singapore would remain on top at the half, 41-39. But the tides would quickly change in the third quarter. Lee Kee, accustomed to shooting from the outside, probes inside and finishes for 2. Check out this sweet dish from Russell Lowe. Get low in the paint as Singapore stays ahead. But that would be the last gap as Hong Kong would start to make a run. First the lob pass, and then the steal as Lam, this week's Heritage Import Player of the Week, just calmly knocks down that triple from beyond. Lee Kee, one more. Lead is down to 1, and eventually Hong Kong would get the 1-point lead, and it would be stretched to 4 as Lee Kee firing back-to-back triples. However, Singapore was not done fighting as AJ Mandani would knock down a 3 of his own, and he would follow it up with another one as Ryan Wright finding the heritage import from the Philippines from the outside. Hong Kong would get the final say once again as Christian Standhardinger absorbing the contact and kissing it off the glass. We head into the fourth period. We are tied at 65 before this Lee Kee 3 that was eventually called a 4-point play, a 4-point lead now for Hong Kong. Tyler Lam with beautiful defense as he forces a turnover and stretches the lead to 6. And all of a sudden, it's Singapore playing catch-up in the final canto. Russell Lowe getting the 2, but it was still Hong Kong by 4. Nang Han Bin was able to get the contact, absorb it, and finish plus the foul. Great move from the local of the Lion City. 4 minutes remaining. And that's when MVP went to work. Marcus Elliott shrugs off Mandani and gives his team a 3-point lead. 2 minutes remaining. The superstars of Hong Kong would take over as Tyler Lam with a nifty pull-up jumper. The long 2 is good. Singapore, though, would try one last time to mount a comeback as Alexander feeding it to Ryan Wright for the lob. Ryan Wright. Another basket. That would be the N1. The lead is down to 4. But Hong Kong would have to be tested at the free throw line. Standhardinger takes care of the first, but misses the second. Lead is down to 3. There's still a chance. Alexander with a Hail Mary. That would not fall, and once again, Hong Kong prevails over the Stingers 82-79, led by Tyler Lamb's 25 points.